So now I kind of just real quick before we go on a little commercial break, just kind of want to go over the awards we think will happen this year. So I'll go ahead and start. I just kind of want to say the names. I don't really want to go get into it too much. So for MVP, I think it goes to James Harden, just based on I think they owe him one. Rookie of the Year, Morant. I don't know why I said it like that, but yeah, Ja Morant. He is a monster. I'm very excited to watch him play. Even though it's Memphis, I won't watch Memphis much, but I'll watch him. For most improved player, Trey Young. That man is a walking bucket. He averaged 19 last year, up to 27 points wise this year. I think he's only going to improve.
Keon's been with him, by the way. I
I
just want to say
yeah,
that on air. Keon's
since Oklahoma.
he's a Longhorn, and he was like, man, Trey Young, he's just so good. Like
Yeah,
he went to the game and everything. Yeah,
I went to the game, right? And he had a horrible shooting game, and even with his best attribute being diminished, he couldn't shoot well. He was by far the best player on the court. It wasn't even close, just the impact he had on the game. So sixth man, I'm going Lou Will, defensive player of the year, Kawhi Leonard, coach of the year, Doc Rivers. So I got Clippers winning all three of those awards. That's how dominant I think they'll be this year. In the finals, I got Bucks versus Clippers, and I got the Clippers taking it in the finals.
All right. So MVP, I have James Harden. Honestly, he could average 40 points. Like that could happen.
That's insane.
Yeah, that could happen. Honestly, if he averages more than 33 points, like I feel like we just gotta give it to him at that point. Like I don't think people realize how crazy that is, but like he just scores like 40 points every game, and that's so absurd to me. Rookie of the Year, Ja Morant. Most improved player. I have a kind of a list. It's Trey Young. Two, I have Brandon Ingram, and then three, I have Markelle Fultz.
It could very well be Ingram.
Yeah, and Ingram's averaging like 28 or something, like 30. Six man, I have D Rose. I know he's starting right now, but he did come in as a six man, and first two games he had like 30 points coming off the bench. So, if he's eligible, I do think he's a very very big competitor. Number two, I have Lou Will. Defensive Player of the Year, Kawhi. He had this crazy steal in Bogdanovich this year. I don't know if y'all were watching it, but I saw it. Yeah, a slow mo of that on Twitter, and his hands are just so big. Like he knows exactly where the ball is, and he knows how to play the ball. And yeah, he's just a pleasure to watch on defense. Rudy Gobert is great, but just Kawhi Leonard, man, that guy could play defense. Coach of the Year, I have Brett Brown. So I'm buying into the Sixers pretty like. Yeah, I put a good amount of stock in them. I just feel like they made low key. They made the best moves in the offseason. I just feel like they're going to be the number one seed, and I feel like they've made the biggest jump. I mean, other than the Clippers, like I'm not going to talk about the Clippers offseason. Obviously, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. Like I'm just talking about normal teams. I just feel like they're going to make the most drastic jump, especially in their conference. I think people will finally take them seriously. So with that being said, I do have the finals as the Clippers and the Sixers.
I think I have some similar players to you. One, I have Harden. I feel like he's gotten snubbed too many times. He's averaging 37 right now, more than last year, and I don't think the media cannot give it to him again. Rookie of the Year, I have RJ Barrett. He won't have the team success that many of the other rookies are going to have, but I feel like his point production definitely be there. His problem is the free throw line, and some of his teammates are already getting mad that he's getting too much playing time. But I think by the end of all their careers, I think he will be the best player. Most improved player, I have Brandon Ingram. Last year he averaged 14 points, and now he's improved his point total by 12 points and averaging 26. This point, increase might go away when Zion comes back, but right now he's my most improved player. Then for finals, I have Rockets 76ers. I feel like the Rockets are going to figure it out. Their two superstars really want to win, and I feel like D'Antoni, that offense, they have the pieces around them to step up their defensive game when it comes around. And I feel like the 76ers are just meant to beat the Bucks. A lot of us think it's going to be Bucks Sixers in the Eastern Conference Finals, and I just think it's similar to how the Rockets were built to beat the Warriors, even though we never beat them.
Promise without bias. I'm so surprised you have the Rockets in the finals.
Fear the beard.
Fear the beard.